While some may think of Hollywood movie stars as being the tallest and most handsome men around, this isn't actually the case. In fact, there have been many leading men throughout Hollywood history who have been shorter than the male average. Each of these stars has found some other unique attribute to make up for what they lack in height, and they often employ camera tricks and various effects to make them look taller. Join FactsVerse as we explore short actors who have to fake their height for Hollywood. Tom Cruise, 5'7". The first shorter-than-average actor we'll take a look at is Tom Cruise, who makes up for his lack of height with his larger-than-life personality. Bad genes can't be the reason Tom Cruise only ended up being 5'7", as the actor seems to have impeccable genetic makeup. Tom notoriously didn't seem to have aged a day for several decades after his start, though recent pictures have seen the actor starting to show his age. Cruise broke onto the scene in the 80s with star-making turns in films like Top Gun, Cocktail, and Risky Business. Each of these films was more successful than the last, and Tom was a full-blown media sensation by the 90s. This success continued into the 2000s, and Tom is arguably just as big of a star today as he's ever been. Fans can look forward to the release of Top Gun: Maverick in 2021, the long-awaited sequel to the 80s classic. Not only has Tom been able to overcome his lack of height, but many over the years have also viewed him as a sex symbol. Although he isn't the tallest, he has traditionally maintained an incredibly impressive physique, and his movie roles have often taken advantage of his impeccable running abilities. In addition to Tom's striking physique, camera tricks have also been used to make the actor look taller than he actually is. One is called forced perspective, where two actors stand at separate distances from the camera to make one or both appear shorter or larger than they actually are. Tom became an all-out action star with the 1990s action hit Mission Impossible from director Brian De Palma. It was loosely based on the 1960s action series of the same name. Tom helped turn the old TV series into a brand new film series, and several iterations have been made since. Tom has starred in each installment and has gained fame for performing most of his own stunts. One example of how camera trickery has been used to mask Tom Cruise's height is in Top Gun, where the actor appeared alongside 6-foot-tall Val Kilmer. Audiences surely would have balked if Tom had appeared that much shorter than Val on screen, so effects were used to make Tom seem more comparable in height. It's also worth noting that actress Kelly McGillis, who stands at 5'10", played Tom's love interest in the movie. Al Pacino, 5'7". While Al Pacino has never been an action star in the same way Tom Cruise has, he has gained the reputation of being quite an intimidating figure in his own right, at least on screen. In real life, Al is said to be much more affable than his traditional on-screen persona, which often sees him playing the roles of homicidal mobsters or streetwise cops. One of his big star-making turns came in the feature The Godfather. Francis Ford Coppola, who had been a big fan of Al's work until that point, directed. When Paramount told Francis they didn't think Al was right for the part due to his lack of height, Francis defended his friend. Al ended up performing the role to great acclaim. The actor has been able to intimidate the audience with his demeanor instead of physicality, and most will agree he stands as one of the most imposing figures on film. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like, and subscribe to FactsVerse if you haven't already. Humphrey Bogart, 5'8". At 5'8", Humphrey was only a single inch shorter than the average male height, which is traditionally said to be around 5'9". One of his biggest film roles was in Casablanca, where he memorably featured alongside the stunning Ingrid Bergman. For those who don't know, Ingrid Bergman was actually 5'9", making her taller than her male co-star. But viewers would never notice that because various effects were used to trick the audience. Whereas reduced height was a disadvantage to male actors, excessive height was a disadvantage to their female counterparts. Because of this, both Humphrey and Ingrid likely considered themselves too lucky to have gotten their iconic parts to complain about their co-star's height. Alan Ladd, 5'6". At 5'6", Alan is the shortest figure so far in this video, though you wouldn't know it by watching his classic film noirs. According to legend, one of the ways directors made Alan look taller than his female co-stars was by having them stand in trenches next to him. Michael J. Fox, 5'4". Michael J. Fox is the first figure on this list who could really be considered strikingly short, but that didn't stop the actor from becoming one of the most highly sought-after leading men of his day, before having to depart the industry due to his onsetting Parkinson's disease. Michael broke onto the scene with his role on the classic sitcom Family Ties. On that show, Michael became somewhat of a teen idol. If the girls at home had known Michael's true height, perhaps they wouldn't have been so attracted, but this wasn't the case. From his role on Family Ties, Michael leveraged himself into superstardom when he got his role in Back to the Future. He then continued acting in large films and was considered a big box office draw. His unique charisma and relatable presence made him a hit with audiences. Sadly, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease later in his career, which caused him to have to retire soon after appearing in Peter Jackson's The Frighteners. Though he has subsequently done some voice work, such as in the film Stuart Little and its sequel. Michael has also made a cameo on Curb Your Enthusiasm, making light of his Parkinson's disease. Joe Pesci, 5'4". Like Al Pacino, Joe Pesci is a shorter-than-average actor who's made a name for himself playing intimidating gangsters. The two have appeared together in various films, like Goodfellas. Joe won an Academy Award for his performance in that film and subsequently gave an acceptance speech that was even shorter than him. Besides his appearance in Goodfellas, Joe has also made memorable turns in films such as My Cousin Vinny and Home Alone. The actor doesn't typically have to look much taller than he is to be intimidating, as his voice and demeanor are more than enough to get attention. One of the most memorable scenes of his career is the scene from Goodfellas, where Joe's character frightens Ray Liotta's character at a nightclub. Ray's character has started laughing at one of Joe's many jokes during a friendly conversation, and Joe's character switches his demeanor and starts asking Ray's character why he's laughing. Ray's character isn't sure whether Joe is trying to pull one over on him or not, but he certainly gets freaked out. One might wonder if Ray's character would have been quite as freaked out if Joe's character had been standing up at the table instead of sitting down, as Ray is 6 feet tall. Danny DeVito, 4'10". Finally, at 4'10", Danny DeVito is the shortest actor we'll take a look at. Danny has gotten by, though, on his larger-than-life personality. And he's a creative force behind the scenes, having directed numerous features. Some of his directorial work includes the features Matilda, Throw Mama from the Train, and Death to Smoochie. However, it's hard to deny he's certainly better known for his iconic visage and voice. If Danny's appearance isn't intimidating, his voice certainly carries. His unique, growly voice has even seen him voice characters in memorable cartoon features like Disney's Hercules. Although Danny's character in that film was just as short as he is, he didn't have any trouble whipping Hercules into shape. More recently, Danny's had a career renaissance thanks to his long tenure on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Now it's time to hear from you. Comment down below to share if you were surprised to learn the true height of any of these stars. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts Verse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.